Morning, everyone. I see people attending. Okay, the number is rising. Thank you for taking the time to join us. I know that there are people from Greece, but we've sent invitations to people from abroad in the Balkans and elsewhere, because during the weekend that passed, we were present and we're gold sponsors at ICC conference in Larnaca, Cyprus. And we were all very, very excited because new things will happen in the field. Stay tuned and you will find out. And the only thing I can say is that we feel good and proud that we're teachers. Okay, now in today's webinar, we're going to present the the level 5 diploma in education and training by VTCT. And Agapi Dendaki, who is a prominent figure in the ELT world in Greece and in England. She was responsible for the Staffordshire postgraduate program. She's a specialist for learners with difficulties. The list is endless. Her CV is one of the best I consider in Greece, and we are extremely proud to have her with us. Now, usually I present the products that, the educational products that BESA has, but today I'm going to skip all that because I know that your time is valuable, and I'm just going to make a reference that we cater for ESOL exams. We have been present in Greece and in the Balkans since 2023. Ofqual regulated, of course, and a SEP recognized in Greece. We deliver 9 times a year. You're more than welcome to send any query. We'll respond immediately. But we also have other educational products on the Diploma in Translation from the Chartered Institute of Linguists. And of course, our gemstone, the Diploma in Education and Training. One last piece of information I have to give you, okay? We have been ISO accredited by TÜV Austria for both our ESOL exams and all our training programs, including the Diploma in Education and Training. This is news for you. And I think we're one of the few organizations that have been accredited by ISO, TÜV Austria in our field. Okay, now I can see Dimitri from Corfu, Anna Karanicola, quite a few people. Good morning to everyone again. And the floor is Agapi's. Thank you, Agapi.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you for your kind words. And thank you all for being here. Thank you from my heart that you take the time to educate yourselves and that you care so much about your professional development. And I promise that this information you're going to receive today will be like no other. Well, it sounds like big words, but that's the truth, because this diploma, it's like no other offered in Greece and in many countries. I am wholeheartedly for educating ourselves non-stop, lifelong learning. And well, if we weren't until now, we have to be from now on, because you hear the rumors and you see the reality around. Things are fast changing in such a fast pace that we have to catch, to be out of breath to catch up with changes, with AI and technologies, technological advancements. The thing is that we believe in people, we believe in teachers, and I dread the day that someone might say that, okay, I do not need a human teacher, okay? However, to be able to compete with developments and the demands of today's society, we have to be qualified substantially, not just typically, not just have the, diplomas and qualifications and certifications that we have attended this or that seminar, which is all very, very good to do and have, but substantially to to be a knowledgeable teacher with a well-rounded education, especially in our field, and to be able to be flexible enough to cope with any new demand that might arise. And a new demand that arises here is that you have to be certified as a qualified teacher in many respects, and in being able to perform a number of tasks and assume a variety of roles in education. And this is why I'm saying that this diploma is like no other that are offered in Greece in terms of professional development, because it gives you qualification that is recognized, first of all, by the United Kingdom, and second, by a huge number of countries around the world. As a teacher, it's giving you teacher status. So I'm going to share my screen now so that we can move on to the information about this diploma. First of all, it's offered by VTCT Skills organization. It's a very prestigious organization, assessment organization in Great Britain, and it's also a charity trust, which means that whatever they do, someone in need is being benefited by what we do with VTCT Skills. In Greece, it's represented by Bessa and Maria Lafoyani, and we are offering this diploma among other products, which I'm going to make a short reference to in the end. And of course, it's Ofqual recognized, you know that. You can see that it's level 5, which means the second year of university for a 3-year course, university course. Okay, so you can understand the level, at which level this is designed for. As I said, it's Ofqual regulated. It gives you 120 credits, which means a whole university year, and you can become a member for the Society of Education and Training. Okay, so this is not just another training program like the ones that you attend every now and then, and very well so. But it gives you opportunities, career opportunities. Once you get this qualification, you will be considered a teacher wherever you apply for such a position. I mean, outside Greece. And this gives you teaching proficiency from kindergarten to senior professor. Depending on what you are, the qualifications that you may have, maybe you are a kindergarten teacher, or maybe you have a PhD and you want to seek a career in higher education. This qualification certifies that you are competent to do so. Okay. Also, this is for any discipline, teaching any subject. Not just English as a foreign language or any other foreign language, but any kind of discipline you are serving. You are certified that you can perform your duties as a teacher, which means that if you're a mathematician, if you're a biologist, if you're a theologist or whatever, you may get this qualification and use the opportunities, the career opportunities it offers. Of course, it runs in English because it's a British diploma, so it runs in English. You have to know English, even if you are teaching something else. but you have to know English and prove that you can function in English. So it's for everybody having some kind of university qualification, but in Greece, we also have this category of teachers who do not have a degree qualification, but work as English teachers, either based on some other kind of degree or on a C2 qualification. And they have taken a work permit by the Greek state, which has stopped. Okay, we know that these are not offered anymore, and we do not profess that we, with this qualification, you're going to get a work permit in Greece for the time being. Okay, mind that, keep that in mind, but because there may be developments. We are not promising this now, but there may be developments because there is a rather serious shortage of teachers in the ELT field for the private schools, okay, for language centers. And there may be some changes. There are pressures to the Minister of Education, who happens to be an English teacher, so we are very hopeful about that. But anyway, there are teachers with a C2 qualification who are considered to be competent to walk into a classroom and teach, but then many doors for further education, for training courses, etc., are closed to them. And they cannot go any further than just be a teacher who is more often, frowned upon or looked down on by degree holders. And I would say that there is some truth to this, that if you do not have a university degree, your knowledge is rather lacking, okay, in pedagogy. But many of these teachers are really effective and competent, and they have a lot of experience. And what they are missing is the academic knowledge that they can base their work on. So if you're a C2 holder and teaching, think well about this diploma. And because this diploma caters for the dual role of a teacher as a teacher of some subject matter, but also as assuming other roles like a pedagogue or a school owner. In Greece, we have many school owners in the private sector, educational readers in some kind of educational setting, private or public, and also for trainers. You see that it's in education and training. So if you're interested in becoming a trainer and assuming this role too, or if you are and you want to have some certification that you are a competent trainer, this diploma is for you too. Okay, so there is a wide range of people that would benefit from this kind of qualification. I would like to say that it's something to be taken seriously, and once you decide, I'm going to tell you what is you can expect from that and what is there for you to expect from us and to do yourself. Okay, so there are 7 units that you have to cover. 4 of them are mandatory. These are the mandatory units. They give you a total of 75 credits. And I'm going to, they are given in this order by VTCT and the Ministry of Education of England. But I think that number 1 is the 3rd in order, as you see them: theories, principles, and models in education and training. And I can tell you that this is the one everything else is based on. So because we have already started and there is a group that has gone far into this course, I know the results and what they are faced with. So I would say that this goes first, and you are endowed with all the theory and the fundamental knowledge that you need to have as a teacher. And in my opinion, you cannot be a fully functioning teacher unless you have this knowledge, okay, about theories, principles, models in education and training. And then we go to more practical things, which are based on this unit, because it's the application of theory in action by teaching, learning, and assessment in education and training, or developing teaching, learning, and assessment in education and training. I know that assessment is something that is overlooked in Greek schools, and it's rather limited to summative assessment at the end of the year or so. But this is not, if you're a teacher and you go to work outside Greece or in a serious language school or any serious school, you will be asked to know how to assess students in many forms for diagnostic reasons, okay, evaluate the level of students and their strengths and weaknesses, formative assessment, non-stop assessment, continuous assessment, in addition to summative final assessment, okay? So this is a whole body of knowledge that regards teaching, the theories of learning, how we learn, because everything, the focus has been shifted now from teaching to learning, okay? It's not just how we teach, which is something that we learn in other kinds of training courses. And I repeat, it's a very good thing to do so. But learning how to teach vocabulary, or learning how to teach writing, learning how to teach reading comprehension is a very good knowledge, but does it say much about how our students learn? So the focus now is on learning. And if you know how people, individuals learn, how the mind, the brain works, then you are better equipped to adapt your teaching methods to this kind of teaching that will have results, okay, that will be effective. So in this second unit of developing teaching, learning, and assessment, we focus on how to initially assess our students, and then based on the assessment data that we have, what to do as an intervention program to cater for the specific individual needs of the students. And in this unit, we focus on one-to-one teaching, one-to-one assessment and intervention. Then we move to teaching, developing teaching, learning, and assessment, which has to do with classroom teaching. And here we start talking about inclusive education and differentiated instruction in all levels. I mean, both in assessment, delivering a lesson, and assessment, the effectiveness of the lesson at the end also. Okay. The fourth compulsory unit is wider professional practice and development in education and training. And I assure you that this kind of knowledge given here is nowhere in our Greek universities. So even if you have a university degree in Greece from a Greek university, you do not have this knowledge that has to do with the various roles that we assume when we are teachers, okay? As pedagogues, as assessors, as members of a board, as directing studies, making decisions, policymakers, etc., etc. Because it's not only, and you know that very well, especially if you are experienced and you have a few years of teaching experience, you know that it's not just teaching that you do, but you are asked to do lots of other jobs, and you need those skills to perform them. Now, there is a list of optional units, and we need another 45 credits to complete the 120 credits in total that we need to get this certification. So we have chosen the first 3 that you see here, because, which means that you are not to choose. We have chosen them for you, because we believe that this is also the most important. Action research, first of all, because you cannot be an academic, okay? And if you're a teacher, whether you have a degree or not, you need to be an academic without knowing how research is conducted, and especially action research, because we are applied linguistics, okay? We apply what we know. Now, inclusive practice is a must, because there is no school in worldwide, I would say, in the whole world, that will not ask of you to know how to cope with diversity and difference in the classroom, diversity and difference in any aspects imaginable, okay? From learning differences to culture differences to neurological differences, etc., etc. So this is a must, and you don't have to be a specialist in special education or whatever, because inclusion is something much broader than special education. Okay, it has to cater for individual needs of a rich variety of people and students. So wherever you go, they will ask of you to design lesson plans, to make decisions, to be flexible, that take account diversity. Okay, so you have to be inclusive in your practice. And finally, teaching in a specialist area, that this is something that we decided you should have as an option, because you may want to specialize in something specific or in a different discipline from teaching English. So you can learn your own thing and work on your own thing here, okay? So the duration could be 10 months as an intensive course. However, I believe that it's proven that we rather need 16 months, about a year and a half, because you are not just university students, you are working people in demanding jobs, and also most probably family people, okay? So you have your other obligations, and the obligations of this diploma is added to them. And because it's serious, you have to take it seriously and take your time to complete it. So these are the study hours, about 30 hours a unit, guided learning hours. But we offer it as a self-study course, which means that you study the material which is prepared by us and uploaded on our site, and you download, you study on your own, at your own pace. But there are 2 meetings per unit, which we urge our students to attend, and they do willingly so, because we support your studies. First of all, we clarify the content, we'll present the content where need be, but also we support you in your assignments, the things that you have to do, and the questions you may have. So there are 2 long meetings of 5 hours each per unit. this is about one meeting per month, more or less. But we can discuss that when you are busy or when you have other obligations. We may move dates, etc. for the time being. Okay. So the content, as I said, has to do with dual professionalism, not just teaching, not just learning how to teach this or that specific area, but how to balance the roles as subject experts. So you may be expert at teaching English or maybe an expert at teaching in mathematics, but you are an educator having professional values and standards. And there is a whole list of values and standards that you have to be up to, okay, and hold those values. All this is academic knowledge, much broader than just telling you how to teach, okay? So I don't think I will need to go to this in details about each unit. I have already said a few things about them. So I will go to the assessment, that is what you need to do to show us that you deserve to take this diploma. The assessments that you have to complete, the assignments that will be examined and will give you the final award, okay? Now, each unit everywhere has learning outcomes, okay? There is a list of learning outcomes in each unit, and there is a list for each learning outcome. There is a list of achievement criteria. So your work, your assignments will be cross-referenced to unit outcomes. You have to complete all achievement criteria to create your portfolio, and your portfolio documents that, okay, that's the word, that you have finished the course successfully and you get your diploma. Now, this assignments, this kind of assignment is not the traditional exam or oral exam or written exam that you have to, present your knowledge after you have studied and you have memorized things. Nothing to remember, okay, and nothing to know by heart. It's alternative assessment, which is much more reliable, I would say, because we have observed work. We may have witness statements from somebody who has observed you. Audiovisual media, if you record or audio tape your a lesson or something, these are just examples, okay? I'm not telling that all of these are part of your assignment list. Evidence of prior learning or attainment. This means that if you have studied something similar, you may have already achieved some learning outcomes, and you will not need to write an assignment for them, for the particular outcomes. Okay, written questions in the form of a journal, let's say, a reflective journal or a report. Oral questions, we resort to these if you can't, you haven't achieved one or two criteria, and you may be invited to have a discussion with the examiner, and of course it's being recorded, and you prove that you know everything. You cover the criterion at least. This means that even if you fail some of the outcomes, there are ways to repeat the examination in different forms until you have a successful outcome. There is no limitation to that. Okay, so it could be any kind of assignment or case studies. At the end, you have a portfolio that will go through my marking, through Maria's marking as a moderator. And finally, it will be sent to England, and the director, the external examiner there will check your work, and the board of VTCT will award the diploma, okay, the qualification. What they want, these are pre-designed, what we have. Two of these units have got observations, and these observations will be through a lesson plan that you're going to do, and a portfolio of evidence with also for these two units, but every other unit want a portfolio of evidence. And the assignments here may vary. They are reflective journals, or it can be a very short span research, for instance, in action research. Okay, but usually you are given questions, and there's a lot of guidance of how to go about it, and you write it in at your own time, at your own pace. The written work that has to do its academic level, okay, so you have to use sources, you have to refer to your sources, have in-text citations, and also a reference list at the end, in a particular style, namely the APA style. You may not know what I'm talking about right now, but never mind. We are there for you, and I can guarantee that all this academic support is something that we give amply, okay? For instance, let me show you this teaching, learning, and assessment, education, and training, which is more demanding, let's say. So assume that everything else will be easier than this. So here are the learning outcomes of the unit. Each learning outcome has a number of achievement criteria, which we are going to examine and see that you have achieved them. And we decide that you have passed. The grade, there are no grades, numerical grades. It's either pass or fail. And as I said, you may fail a few criteria, or you may fail an exam. You do it again and again until you pass them. There is no limitation. So there are 8 learning outcomes in this unit. Each one has got learning outcomes. More or less, there's observation 1, observation 2, and a portfolio. These are the 3 tasks that you have to do. So the first one, for observation 1 covers these 2 assessment criteria: diagnostic, how to use diagnostic assessment, initial diagnostic assessment, and agree the learning goals with the learner, which means that you record the data, the assessment data, and you define the gaps or the deficits a student may have, and you decide with them what kind of intervention you will carry on and apply. And then also to be able to plan inclusive teaching and learning, okay, which means that you have, you create the atmosphere that is needed. Now, in observation 2, we move to intervention, what you do to cater for these specific needs that you have already decided, which means another lesson plan, what to do to cover these needs, okay? And finally, there is a number of criteria that are left out of these 2 lesson plans, and we have to also cover them using a journal, okay? A reflective journal that with a set of questions, very, very guided. So you will make sure that you will not miss criterion, and you answer the questions reflectively. Okay, and that's it. It takes some time to complete your assignments, but as I said, you have a lot of support, and once you know your material, there is no problem with that. And I assume that many of you have done this before, have created lesson plans, and you also reflect on your teaching and what you do. So you already know what to do here. Okay, now, that was about the Diploma in Education and Training Level 5. We are planning to also offer one similar award in education and training, but at level 3 this time, which means one step below that. For those of you who want to have quick knowledge, you are not given, of course, teacher status or a diploma, but you are given an award, and there is one mandatory unit, and there are 2 pathways for teaching and assessment. And this will give you knowledge, basic knowledge of how to teach, okay, or how people learn, but also you will have knowledge regarding assessment. And for those of you who are interested in having a parallel career or sole career in assessment, in assessing students in ESOL exams, for instance, or creating assessment material, this will help a lot. Okay, it's only 12 credits. That's why it's an award. Okay, but these are you learn things that are fundamental, as I said. The unit title is Understanding Roles, Responsibilities, and Relationships in Education and Training, rather general. And then one more, another 6 credits, choosing one of these, Understanding and Using Inclusive Teaching and Learning Approaches. You will find inclusion everywhere, okay? How to facilitate learning and development for individual and in groups for group teaching. Or the assessment pathway, you gain knowledge about assessment in education and the principles and practices of assessment. And that's it. That's, I would say, for those of you who are not ready to embark on a scheme that will take 16 months or so, you may choose to do something smaller at the beginning and then transfer your knowledge to the next step that you may decide later. Another thing, another course that we are initiating as of next year, September on, is again a level 3 diploma this time in specialist support for teaching and learning in schools. What is this now? In Greece, we do not have this yet, okay? We are happy if we have teachers in our schools, let alone assistant teachers. But this diploma makes you an assistant teacher. This is something that, as far as we know, Maria will maybe tell you more later, is an occupation, a job that is going to open in Greece too soon. And you become a specialist, an assistant teacher, okay? And you get into a classroom to assist the teacher. I think this diploma will be very, very useful for language schools who are lacking in teachers and personnel, okay, teaching personnel. And they live difficult times in this respect. So this one, it's level 3. It gives you 44 credits, but it's 13 units, simple units, okay? There are 11 mandatory and 2 optional. So what you learn in this course is how to support learning activities, okay? Being in the classroom and helping children, supporting children and young people's health and safety, okay? This is important, especially for young children, preschoolers. Understanding how to safeguard the well-being of children and young people, supporting literacy development and numeracy development, the core elements, as we say, which means that you assist the teacher. In Greece, we do have this parallel stήριξη, but it's not exactly the same. The existing teachers in parallel stήριξη in Greece are teachers, first of all, with some specialization. So they have additional qualifications. Here, this diploma makes you an assistant teacher. Okay, you don't have to have a degree, and you don't have to have a specialization. You get the basic fundamental knowledge to assist in a classroom, and it's enough for this. Okay. So these are the mandatory units. I will not go through the whole list. You can see them here. But as you can say, it has to do with supporting, with promoting the climate, the well-being of the children, support assessment, support learning, numeracy, literacy, etc. Okay, so I hope you will see the opportunities offered by these courses, and you will seize the opportunity of joining us and enjoy the journey. We are good fellow travelers, okay? Our students are already doing fine, doing great in this course, and we have lots of hopes for them. That with our support, they will do wonders in education. So thank you very much. You may have some questions, and me and Maria will be able to answer.
Yes, Agapi, we do have a question in the Q&A section.
Yeah, what's the difference with CELTA? Yes, it's two different things. I hear this question a lot. It's two completely different things. CELTA has to do with teaching English only, okay? And it's level 5. That's the only similarity they have. It's level 5. And it's very, very practical and very useful, okay? Very useful, great, do a CELTA. This one, as I said, is much, much broader. It gives you teacher status everywhere, and it equips you with knowledge that go beyond teaching. It goes beyond teaching, just teaching. You are a pedagogue, you are an administrator, you are an assessor, everything, okay? So it doesn't antagonize CELTA. CELTA is something different, very useful, do it. But this one is a wider scope qualification. So there is a group that is starting on the 1st of June. I would say that if you are thinking about it, do not overthink, because the groups that are starting now will have the full benefits of this qualification as given by the Ministry of Education of England. After that, there is a new qualification, they are changing it, and it's going to be more demanding in terms of practicum and observations. They may demand about 150 hours of practical observation and teaching. So this is really important. It will have, yeah.
Okay, Agapi, can I just add a bit of information here for everyone to know? In 2027, okay, a lot of UK teachers, a lot of British teachers in all domains, in all fields, will go on pension. So they will become pensioners. And there is a very big gap at this point, because not a lot of UK nationals will be able to cover these job positions. So one of the reasons that they are being more demanding is because at the moment, a lot of people across Europe and across the world are doing this qualification in order to get, a chance to apply for a teaching post in their domain, in their field. Okay, so it's advisable to think over it because you have, you're in a favorable position at this stage until early summer. Let me put it this way. I mean, we start 1st of June, 2 groups, and they have benefits. Let me put it this way, okay? That's why Agapi mentioned this. Back to you, Agapi, okay?
Okay, yeah, I'm waiting for questions at my...
Yeah, Athanasi is asking what the cost is.
Maria.
Okay, here we go again. Now, the cost is 1,600 euros, but there is a payment plan, and there's also a deduction in the price if you have, let's say, participants registering for ESOL exams or for any other products that we have, the diploma in translation, etc. So do get in touch with us, and we will come up with a solution for you. You're not to worry about that, okay? Any other question?
No.
I would say that 1,600 is not, a very high price to pay for this qualification, given the gravity of this qualification and the importance of it, plus the support that we give. Okay.
Yes, and all current students can vouch for that because from day one, their assignments were when they were uploaded for the UK, etc. We have very, very good remarks. Of course, if there is a school, I didn't mention this, but I should, or an association that wishes to train their teachers, we will consider a deduction in the price, but for group registrations. Anything else you would like to ask?
I don't see any other question.
We are trying very hard at the moment to get through to the Ministry of Education because it is vital that we, not to change legislation, but to make amendments because there is a great need for EFL teachers for private language schools. It's not right that people should be employed as secretaries, for example, and serve as teachers. They need to be in the right status, but they also need to have the right training.
Exactly.
Okay?
And also
because
this
when you are a
assistant
teacher, you need to know your pedagogy. Okay?
And this new qualification for assistant teachers might also help in this direction.
Because there is a rumor, I'm just referring to it, there's a rumor that we might have such a change as well. Okay, we haven't priced the level 3 qualifications yet. England is sending all details this coming week. But it will be, I think, quite good. Okay, and the period is not that long as well, as Agapi told you. Okay, so you can start from that and move your way towards a diploma if you wish. Have we answered all questions?
Thank you, Athanasia.
Okay. Right, so I'd like to say a big thank you, okay, to everyone for joining us this morning. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you're full of love and patience for your students this month and next month, because it's exam time for everybody. Those of you who have students or children sitting the Panhellenic exams, which is a big pain, I know, I've been through it twice with my children. Good luck to your children. Good luck to all your students. Stay healthy and happy, and we are here to help you in any possible way. We will be back this year with a couple of more outstanding webinars. We will be present with Rachel Paling at IP in Athens, and Michael Carrier is to follow as well. So please stay tuned. We would love to see you at all our events, webinars, and our website pretty soon will be full of teachers' resources, and we're planning a teachers club too. So have a very, very lovely day. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope to see you next time. Okay, thank you, Agapi, for everything.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Joanna and Evangelia as well. Thank you. And thank you all. Goodbye.